All right, everybody, welcome.
Want to turn the TV off?
Oh, it's muted, yeah.
Oh, that was okay. That was
I'll
good.
I'll just leave it.
All right.
It's muted.
We need two previews.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Planet Film Live number, what is it, 75?
76.
76. As you can see right here, we're coming at you from the new channel, PFN
Yes.
Live, capital PFN. I'm one of your hosts, TJ Cornwell.
I'm your other host, Sean Monk.
And this is where...
Sorry for being late.
Yeah, sorry for being late. We had a little technical difficulty that we were able to figure out. So thank you for being patient. This is where we're going to be going live from now on. Well, at least through March.
Yeah.
And then we're going to reevaluate at the end of March to see what, the stats and, viewership, how it goes. And, it'll probably determine if we go back to the old channel or if we stay on this channel for lives.
The channel, still subscribe, though, because the channel itself will definitely continue to exist now because I have put in too much work to delete the channel as a whole. So at the very least, it will live as the basically the video feed for the podcast because I'm putting up. So none of our little extra reviews, none of our Planet Heroes, none of that stuff. This channel will just strictly be, Planet Film Live episode 1 through 76. So, definitely get subscribed. I know we got a lot of people that do just listen to the audio podcast. Sometimes I find that if I'm at work or something, I'll play the podcast on YouTube and then just keep it in my well, if you have YouTube Premium, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I'll just keep it in my pocket so that way, like, when I can look at it, I can look at them. When I can't, I can just, like, listen to it that way. So you'll be able to do that with this channel. But yeah, like he said, we are going live from here for the rest of March. So yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be done. So, yeah.
For sure. Let me go ahead and tweet the link now that we're finally live.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so for this today's episode, we're going to talk about quick news, and then we're just going to dive into our Batman movie rankings. Probably because we want to get more in depth with that than anything. We're going to talk about a little about what we've been watching. If you want to check out, we have two kind of newish reviews up on the other channel right now. If you want to go check out a Euphoria season 2 review, we have that up, and then we also have our Uncharted review as well, which you can also find on TikTok, which we'll probably be doing a little bit more of those reviews on TikTok as well, like shortened. I want to have it a little higher, not a higher production value, but I'm going to put it as though I'm not just kind of, I'm not going to just hold the phone in front of my face. I'm probably going to record on my computer and then move it over to my phone to edit, and then just do it that way.
Yeah, that one that you did, what was that?
Uncharted?
That was Uncharted, that's right. I, looked at you and then I immediately forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Because I remember, because I looked at it and I immediately saw your star rating and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that looked great. I remember I said I was like, damn, it looked like how
It took me too long.
Yeah,
It took me too long to
believe
make.
me, some of those TikToks, guys, if you
Yeah.
look on the channel, the ones that I make, I go in waves because when I'm in a groove to make TikToks,
Yeah, boom, boom, boom,
I'll
boom,
I'll crank them out. But I have not made a TikTok in 3 weeks because it is just so much work. The ones that it's just pictures and text are easy.
Yeah,
but those are super simple to do. But especially the ones that are recorded.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can't even. I didn't even talk about this last week.
It took me an hour to make by the way, go on the other channel. Go watch our my Bullet Time or not
Bullet Train?
My Bullet Train trailer reaction because it took me an hour to edit that and get that posted at work.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about it last week, but the fact that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre line
Let's see what that's
it's at last time I checked, I think it was at 11.2 thousand views. It had around 300 some likes. And I'm just like, You know, it's like you put all the production into this one video and it gets like 70, views on TikTok. But it's like this one, like, it was probably like 5-second clip of just this line that I thought was ridiculous. And there was somebody in the comments who was like, well, I think it's trying to make fun of cancel culture. I was like, even if it is, like, it did in a terrible way. Sorry. Like, it's just not, it doesn't work.
Well, there's ways to, like, lampoon things, if you want to say. Like, there's ways to do that that aren't just, like, fucking ridiculous dialogue.
But, like, there was
12.2.
12.2. So I had, like, 16 comments or so and 300 some likes. And I was like, well, apparently it's just, this is all you have to do. So,
yeah, exactly.
So I'm probably going to start trying to post more of those, too. I don't know, just maybe some. Like, I did the Indiana Jones one that's just static tweet. And he got like 200 some views at it, I think.
Yeah, he literally, like, that's not a thing on you. I'm just saying the algorithm. Like, let's see. Like, my out of theater on Belfast took me like 15 minutes to make, probably got 76.
Yeah.
A static image of someone else's tweet with a caption on it.
I gave credit though.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bro,
although I did.
You don't want Kathleen Kennedy coming after you.
I did tweet that and I go, why didn't I just screenshot our tweet? Because it still has the via from. So I was like,
that's funny though.
But yeah, so this is where we'll be from now on. You can catch us here on
we got
Wednesdays.
7 people watching right now?
No, I think that is I can't tell what
total?
that stat is.
Okay.
I think it's like total views or something. We have 4 though.
Oh, shout out. Hey, 4 people on the new channel. I'll take it, man. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about, let's start with like what we've been watching, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, I have been so I've been watching things, but I've also been playing. I still have not gotten back to the Guardians. I haven't had a chance. I'm going to finish it. I promise. I'm going to finish it, but I have been playing Elden Ring. I was very bullish on starting it. I've never played a Souls game. Did I talk about this last week?
Yes.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry,
you talked about what it is and stuff, but you didn't. I don't know if you
did it come out last week?
I think it had just come out.
Okay, well, I don't.
It was definitely mentioned last week.
Because I think it came out on Friday of last week.
Oh, maybe you were talking.
I think I was talking
about
it, being intrigued by it.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
so I bought it.
Okay.
I was gonna try to play another. I've never wanted to play a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne or any of those type of games before because I've always just heard they're very difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm somebody who likes to just play games. I don't really like to be challenged, but I just played Death's Door. A week ago, and that game's not, Souls games are harder than that, but it was difficult. Like, it was a difficult game, and I I felt good after I beat it. I was like, oh, this feels good, So I was like, okay, I'll play I think I was gonna play Bloodborne because it was free on PS Plus before I played Elden Ring. Okay. But then I saw everybody playing it, and I was like, oh, this game looks like a lot of fun. So I just broke down and bought it. And so I've only played 6 hours or so, but I'll tell you what. I'm loving it. It's it's a big open world. Like, I'm watching streamers play it, and they're 100 hours in, and they're not even close to being done with it.
And how much is it?
It's $60.
So it's like a full triple
because so they've made Dark Souls 1 through 3, Bloodborne, this game Sekiro, and Demon Souls. So they're all kind of they're not the same universe or anything, but they're all the same type of game where it's different combat styles, but all the same. I don't want to say the same difficulty because I've heard they're all different difficulties, but they're all difficult. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, this game has me really locked in. I played it on Friday and Saturday, and then whenever I'm coming home from work, even though I don't play it every day, it's I want to play it.
Yeah. And
man, I'll tell you what, just beating bosses because again, playing it it's not the easiest game in the world. It just feels so good. You feel a sense of accomplishment. And there's I don't know how many mini bosses there are. There's 5 big bosses, but there's I don't know, close to probably over 80 mini bosses.
Oh wow.
scattered throughout the world.
Nice.
But like so I've only beaten like a handful of them, but just playing the game like is really satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like are in the, it's definitely like the software company's most probably most talked about game. And that some people I think have probably bought it like thinking, and then being turned off by it because maybe it's too hard or something. But
yeah,
I'll tell you what, like if you're like on the edge thinking about it and you've seen people, I would like probably recommend watching people play it first. But it is a ton of fun, and it's just you have to keep in mind that like you're supposed to die. It's not supposed to be easy.
Well, isn't that's like the meme with like the Dark Souls games?
That exactly.
Die,
like,
every 5 seconds.
Like I've died like probably 50 times, like maybe more. Like you're supposed to die, and you're supposed to
progress,
leave. And Elden Ring is big on like you can leave, come back, leave, level up your character, then come back, try it again, and it's never going to be like, oh, I just whipped you like with like two hits, but you'll progressively get better and better. But yeah, I've been playing Elden Ring, so much fun. I got it on my PS5, so I'm not going to stream it obviously, but I will finish Guardians. I promise. I promise. Okay,
he's getting there.
Yeah, from what I've been watching,
he's getting there.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. How is that?
Is that a bot already?
I don't know, but how do you not have a name? How is that possible? It's just a W. How is that possible?
Oh no, I bet that's that might be one of my friends, and I think her husband are watching. His name is Wade, so that might be if it's a W.
Yeah, but don't you need a username?
You might be able to hack something.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, that's also a great game. Fantastic. Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, what have you been watching? All right, so I watched. Let's see. Not a lot of TV. Euphoria. That's about it. That's the last show I.
Did you see what I sent you?
I don't think what
the ashtray thing.
Yeah, he's being. Isn't like.
No, not that. He Oh shit! Hang on. I can find it real quick for you. Hang on. Here we go. It's coming. Oh, it was on Twitter. There we go. Okay, so do you remember this scene in the first episode? Because you guys remember, quick Euphoria talk. If you guys remember, the first episode was all about Ashtray and Fez. So remember, it was like this is when he gets hit with the baseball bat, Fez.
Gets hit with the baseball bat.
Yeah,
who hits him with the baseball bat?
His grandma, accidentally. Remember, this is like the flashback episode about Fez.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But, all right, watch this. I might not be able to get it real quick, but somewhere in here is the shot of Ashtray. That was in episode 1.
Okay.
That's him. What happens to him?
It is?
Yeah.
He looks bald in that.
No, it's just like cropped in. But that's him in the bathroom.
It is?
Yeah.
How can you tell that?
That's exactly because that's the same image.
Is it?
Yes. I don't know how else to describe it other than that is the shot. And then the shot before that where Fez is older, it's a shot of him and Ashtray in the living room. But they literally it's literally like a microsecond. But they literally put that in the first episode.
Interesting.
So, I don't know. Maybe Sam has a better plan than we thought. I just thought that was crazy. I didn't even believe. I didn't even believe it at first, and then I looked and I was like, "Oh my god, it really fucking is in there."
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Interesting.
But yeah, sorry. Continue.
All right. So I watched. Where are we? So I watched. I rewatched. Before I came here, I rewatched Batman: Masked Phantasm to get a little refresher. I watched Scream 5.
Okay. That's
Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, Uncharted, and Scream 4.
Nice.
Yeah. So Scream 5. I wish I would have seen these when Travis was here, when Travis was on, but unfortunately, he wasn't. Tell you what, Scream 5 is... It's not bad. I'd say it's okay. It's too meta. I get, like, that's... All the Scream movies are meta. I get it. But this one, I feel like it's just, like, over the top. Like... and they do one of the characters very dirty, in my opinion.
One of the existing characters?
One of the original 3. Yes, they do very dirty.
How are you going to do that?
Yeah, Jack Wade's good. I shouldn't say everybody's good because there's 2 people that are kind of like...
which character gets done and dirty? I didn't realize...
Well, you want me to say?
I lost track.
I don't want to spoil it.
I lost track of the number. I forgot 5 was the brand new one.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Well, spoiler for Scream, the new Scream.
You don't have to spoil what happens, just which one.
Well, spoiler for Scream 5 because
Okay.
it done dirty. I mean, couldn't mean whatever. Dewey, he gets done dirty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
I bet Perry Nemiroff is probably very upset with that.
To me, it wasn't great. It could have been better, but
Wasn't the move.
Was not the move. Although, granted, the one thing I did like is that this one did not revolve around Neve Campbell. She's in it for like 10 minutes.
Really?
15 maybe.
She's on all the posters and everything.
She's not in it that much. Okay, maybe more, but she's really not in it that much.
She's not important.
Yeah, this is really them trying to like push forward a new cast, it seemed like. And she's kind of in the background. Courtney Cox is in it.
Like she's in it the most, maybe? Out of the 3?
Probably. Yeah.
Damn.
I'd say maybe they might be equal. But
that's really fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, and they do one other character dirty.
Gotcha.
Spoiler, Officer Judy. They do her dirty too. But yeah, that's what I've been watching. What about you?
Yeah, I have been. Hang on, let me just get the stream back up here. Are we good?
Yeah. I feel like I'm peeking.
Yeah, he just. Oh yeah, there we go. It's Wade, not a bot. Yeah, Wade here. He just discovered the YouTubes. I don't know how he did it either. That's funny. About the not having a username.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Oh no, there it is.
Oh.
I don't know. It's weird. It shows up on one message and then no other one.
Oh no, those are 2 different accounts.
Oh. Shout out to the 15 subs we have now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Boom. I have been watching many things. I have been making it a goddamn mission to watch as much as I can because I have been slacking so much in the last 2 years of movie watching. So I basically made myself a giant watch list of things either that I need to watch the first time or needed to watch again or something like that. And then a bunch of like Batman stuff. So a few of these I watched for the first time. But I watched Together. So that's the one with Ed Helms.
Together.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is with Ed Helms and Patty Harrison. Came out earlier this year. I don't know if you remember the poster.
No, but okay.
It was really good. I mean, I gave it like a 4 out of 5, but it was really, really good. It's on Hulu right now. It's just about. It's a very interesting, like, definitely modern, like, story about adoption and like what do you call it, surrogacy, like surrogate and kind of like social norms, but then also like relationships and stuff. It was really, really good and really funny and really like you felt like the humanity and like the personality of the movie. Like it just felt very. It was a very real life movie. Like I felt like, yes, this is exactly. I could see this happening. You know, there's no crazy rom-com like movie moments or anything. It was just a really simple, moving story. And I will say this: definitely check it out, watch it. Anybody watching right now, Together, it's on Hulu. And I will say this: the ending is not for everybody.
Okay.
The ending may piss you off.
Oh.
Or it may just be like, It pissed me off in the moment, but I was like, you know what? You took me on a good ride.
They deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. You deserve it. You know, take your take your bow or whatever you want to say. Then finally watched the French Dispatch. Not a fan.
Oh,
I mean, I gave it a 3.
Are you a Wes fan?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
That's why I say not a fan. I gave it a 3. I gave it a fresh score. It's 3 out of 5. But I mean, mostly I come down on his stuff 4 to 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 4, 4.5, 5. Like, I'm a huge fan. Like Moonrise Kingdom. Like obviously Grand Budapest. Like, but definitely Moonrise Kingdom. I feel like is my favorite. It just was too like. You know, somebody at work said that it was Wes Anderson concentrate, like orange juice concentrate. Like it was just 100% Wes Anderson, and I felt like there was no kind of restraint.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best area of the movie for me was definitely the Adrian Brody, Leah Seydoux, and Benicio del Toro. I thought that the prison thing with the art and also she kind of weaves in and out, but Tilda Swinton's also in that piece of it. I thought that was the strongest like element to me. And then I really liked the end of the movie with Jeffrey Wright. I thought that was really, really good. Have you seen it?
I've not seen it. It's
okay.
on the list.
I'm like talking to you like you've seen it, but
no, yeah.
and nothing I just said was a spoiler. But
I mean,
because it's
can
a
you really
very
spoil it like it's like
exactly.
You know, it's just a Wes Anderson movie.
I thought like I thought for me the weakest section because the whole movie is like
Isn't it like 4 parts, 4 different stories.
Yeah, it's 4 different stories. I thought so. First of all, 2 thoughts. The weakest one for me that actually had stuff there was definitely the Timothée Chalamet one. Timothy was great. Nothing against him, he was great. But it was him and Frances McDormand mainly in his piece. I thought it was good, but I was just like, like I was like, whatever, you know, it just wasn't like crazy. And Henry Winkler is in this too. Oh. I hope that he's added to the Wes Anderson stable of people because like yeah. I feel I don't know if it's true, but I just feel like in my brain because he's so good in it that like maybe Barry got Wes Anderson looking at him in like a different light because he's very you know, Dr. Gene in this movie. Like it's a very similar character to what he plays on Barry. But he was really, really good. And then the one that really just did nothing for me was only because, you know, it's 4 reporters. You're basically experiencing 4 articles written by 4 different reporters at the French Dispatch, which is the magazine. But the one of the 4, that's why I hesitated when you said, oh, it's 4 sections, because the one of the 4 is Owen Wilson's, and it's like 5 minutes long.
Oh.
And that's it.
That's weird.
And then he comes back towards the end because, you know, then something happens in the end where things kind of come together. So he comes back. But his actual thing was just very, like, quick, boom, 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 like, very avant-garde, like, you know, artsy, like, because he writes, like, the travel piece or whatever. So it's basically just him describing this place and all these different elements of this place, and then that's it. And I was like, I would have liked to see a little bit more. Like, everybody else got, like, 30 minutes.
Was he filming Loki?
Maybe.
It's a possibility.
Maybe. But, I mean, like, you had, like, you know, Bill Murray's in it. You know, he's filming Ghostbusters.
How much is Saoirse in? Is she only in, like, 2 minutes? You don't see her much in the trailer.
Is Saoirse Ronan in it?
Yeah, she's in it. She's in the trailer.
I honestly can't remember.
If there's only one
There's multiple black and white.
Okay.
He does use black and white in an interesting way. Because there's one, oh yeah, she's in the Timothée Chalamet one. She plays nope, she's not. She is at the end of the movie. Oh. She is good, but she doesn't do much.
I was saying, she's probably in it for like, she's in the trailer for like 2 seconds.
She's in the last segment, the Jeffrey Wright one.
Oh, okay.
And you know, she's good, but it's like, you know, she doesn't really have much to do. A lot of people are just kind of in this movie and don't really have a lot to do.
Interesting.
Like, people that have a lot to do, Benicio del Toro, Bill Murray, Adrian Brody, like, That's probably why I like the Adrian Brody, Benicio del Toro, Lea Seydoux like prison one, because that had the most meat on it.
Is
Like
Willem
that
in
was
this?
the most. Yes, he is.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that
what
was what
I
my
was-
Snapchat was from.
Okay.
But yeah, that was very weird. Cause I watched the movie, and I couldn't even tell you. I know all the dialogue surrounding Willem Dafoe, and people saying why he was where he was. I couldn't tell you what the fuck was going on with him in the movie. I couldn't tell you what purpose it served the story, if it even was part of the story, or if it was just something that they kept cutting back to. Like, I was watching it, and I just couldn't tell. Like, it just felt very like... It felt like a movie that Wes Anderson would really love to watch, but no one else.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Did you at least laugh when I forget who comes in his office, but Bill Murray's like,
Bill Murray's office?
yeah, he's like, no crying in my office, and then he points to the sign and it says, no crying.
And it pans up, and it goes,
Yeah. Did you laugh?
I went... That's kind of
Good
what
enough.
I did. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a good one. But yeah, a 3 out of 5. But just Wes Anderson's one of those people that you just naturally hold him. In my opinion, I hold him to a little bit of a higher pedestal.
Yeah.
So when he misses, I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn, he really missed.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why'd you fucking do that? So moving on. Then I watched Spencer. Again.
Yeah, you
I
watched Spencer like 3 times, haven't you?
No, I watched Spencer twice, but I watched Nightmare Alley 3 times. That might be what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Nobody, 4.5 out of 5. Fucking great.
Very good.
Excellent movie. Yeah, Nobody's just absolutely fantastic. The soundtrack especially, so good.
We're gonna do. I'm calling it right now. We're gonna do a Better Call Saul final season review. I think.
Oh, for sure.
Got to.
If we did one for Euphoria, I mean, we're just like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we branched out from Book of Boba Fett and Peacemaker. So, I actually added it up. The channel did more content for Euphoria than Book of Boba Fett. Did you know that? Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a better show.
It's fair enough. Very much so. Then I watched Justice League Flashpoint Paradox.
Yep.
Uncharted in IMAX. I went and saw. Did you see Uncharted? We literally did an Uncharted review.
We did?
I gotta go, man. I gotta go. We literally did an Uncharted review on the channel. Yeah. Okay. My brain is going faster than the cells within it. I really, really enjoyed it. You can go check out our review on Planet Film Network YouTube channel. I guess I'll say a little bit more about the IMAX because I feel like that was, we were talking more about the movie. I thought it was really good in IMAX. Really, I would say maybe 20% of the movie punched out into the full aspect ratio. So I would have liked to see at least a little more, even if you're gonna crop in on the sides, because some movies, like a lot of movies, they shoot, if they're gonna shoot anything in IMAX, they shoot like 10 to 15% of it in IMAX, and then scenes where they can do it, they just punch in on the sides to make it fill the space. I feel like they didn't do that. I feel like they just went with what they knew would work in IMAX and didn't try to like edit it. And I don't normally vouch for like lopping anything off the sides, but if you can do it to pay for to get in the IMAX theater,
Speaking of IMAX, did you get and this isn't specific to IMAX, but did you get a note from Matt Reeves saying?
We checked. We have not
yet. Did you get those things? Did you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, the letter.
Yeah.
The 14 FL.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants the lighting to be at a specific level.
Gotcha.
And we haven't gotten anything yet, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's not really anything that we can do about it, like, honestly.
Sorry, Matt.
But I mean, I appreciate the sentiment, I guess. Now then I watched Hit of the fucking Century.
Oh, yeah.
Thunder Force. You go check out, like, 8 months ago, our trailer reaction to Thunder Force. And I think our reactions to the trailer held up to the movie. I gave it 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
And I'll tell you, I really was trying.
Waste of time.
Yeah. No, definitely a waste of time. Some weird fucking shit in that movie, man.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you, some weird fucking shit. Like coked out 80s like dance sequence in a void with Jason Bateman having a mullet and crab arms.
Yeah.
Is crab, not a lobster. Get it right.
Did her husband direct this?
I don't know if he directed it, but he's definitely in it. Of course,
he directs a lot
of it. Yeah, he directs a lot of it, but he's always in all of them, and he is in this.
Except what's it called?
Spy.
No.
Oh no, he is in Spy.
Except Can You Ever Forgive Me? Which
he didn't. He's not in that.
Oh, I just meant directed.
Direct. Oh yeah. No, yeah. God, she was so good in that. And I will say too, she is good in this. Like Melissa McCarthy, this is not.
Oh, he is in it. He is.
Oh, okay. He's in. Can You Never? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Makes sense. I will say this. There are a couple scenes where she's going like full Melissa McCarthy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. There's one sequence in particular where she's like, you look like Urkel, and they go, who's Urkel? And she goes, like, did I do that? Did I? And literally she goes, did I do that? Did I do that? She says it 40 times in like, I'm serious. It's like a 4-minute joke. She just keeps, there's no background music. She just keeps walking around, pulling up her pants and going, did I do that? Like, I fucking died. We gotta make that a TikTok. We gotta make that a TikTok.
Okay, I wanna watch this movie. I'm intrigued just from
honestly, it is a blissfully short, like, I think an hour and 35 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, that's one of the only reasons that I picked it. But when I was making my watch list, I prioritized streaming movies, and it made the list, and
nice.
It was right place, right time. I had just enough. I had just like 90 minutes. I was like, fuck it, I guess I'm gonna watch this. But yeah, so I watched Thunder Force. Not good. Melissa McCarthy okay in it. Octavia Spencer terribly miscast. She was so wooden.
Maybe they should have made Ma 2 instead of this movie.
Don't make me drink alone. Right?
Oh my god, that movie was
what a
bad.
fucking
I don't get people that like that movie. It was not good. That was pre-pandemic, right?
Oh yeah,
it must have been.
That was 2018.
No,
maybe 2019.
2019. Yeah.
I just can't. Don't make me drink alone. I just will never forget that. Then on the 28th, I watched Batman Begins. On the 1st, I watched The Dark Knight.
Wow.
On the 1st, I watched.
You need to yell on the mic. Sorry.
On the 1st, I watched Jackass 3.5, which caps off my Jackass rewatch.
Nice.
Jackass 3.5, I gave a 3.5.
Nice.
Then on the 1st, also, I watched The Dark Knight Rises. Then on the 1st, I watched Batman 1989.
Okay.
And then on the 1st, I watched Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And then just today, I watched Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is where I'm at.
So real quick, actually, I'll make the disclosure before we do our list. I'll say it now and I'll say it again. My memory sucks. So when we're talking about the movies, like Nolan Trilogy, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's one or two movies on there that I watched a while ago, and I didn't get a chance to rewatch them. But I know like I really liked them at the time. So like when we're talking about it, I might need you to jump in to jog my memory.
Okay, because I will say this, I specifically watched the Nolan Trilogy again because I remember those the least. I love them.
Yeah.
But it had been a long time since I had sat and watched all three together.
Yeah. I feel like I watched all three.
I shouldn't have said I love them.
A few months ago.
I have, like, vocally.
We know you're a Dark Knight hater. We know.
Well, we'll get there. But yeah, I just felt like for this list, I had to go and I had to watch through the Nolan Trilogy. I'll get into my reasons later. But yeah, so So yes, I can fill in gaps, whatever. But you might have to fill in some for me that maybe you watched that I didn't rewatch because I already knew like where. Like there's a couple that are just on my list. I knew they were gonna be on my list. I didn't feel like I needed to rewatch it because it's just like no, you're a solid entry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and one of them was just too long. So we're going to have one piece of news, and then we're going to just chat Batman for the rest of the day. And that one piece of news is that after last week, we had talked about the Marvel Netflix properties leaving Netflix on March 1st. Nobody knew where they were going to go, when we were going to see them again, if we were going to see them again. We talked about it, like, hopefully not getting stuck in basically, like, streaming purgatory. Well, we now and we had a huge discussion right at the end of the show on whether or not we thought that because say whatever you want, we looked it up. It was TV MA, so it's basically R-rated TV. Whether it was going to go to Hulu or Disney Plus, we both landed on. We probably thought it was going to be Hulu, but we wanted it to be Disney Plus, so that Disney Plus could kind of branch out, and we felt like that would be the right move. And lo and behold, they're doing it. They're adding the R-rated Netflix shows, as well as, I love how they just kind of snuck in the press release, like they're also finally adding all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I guess, though, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. apparently, some seasons are TVMA.
Oh.
Yeah, because, I mean, it does get, like, very dark.
Oh,
like,
really? Okay.
Towards the end. The last season's a little bit lighter because it's like, we're going out, so we're just, like, doing a bunch of crazy shit. But there's some pretty dark shit. Like when spoiler alert, like when Coulson gets like his arm chopped off, like that's like straight in camera, just a man getting his arm chopped off with an axe.
Oh.
But yeah, that would like, so moments like that. But they announced that they are adding all of those shows, and it is going to be their first entry in their new mature content rating. So finally, Disney Plus is going to be adding mature content, R-rated content, starting with the Netflix Defender properties. And with that, they're going to be adding a whole bunch of new parental guidance settings to the service that they didn't previously have.
It took you 2 years
to deal with it. Yeah, I mean, this is stuff. I mean, you go back on the podcast, we've talked about this for years, that we're like, I think we always come back to the same thing of add a mature section and just put a passcode on it. Like, we always come back to that same thing, and it sounds like maybe not exactly that, but they're finally starting to step in that correct direction. And I think that's really, really good. So what are your thoughts on this? You're going to get to continue your Daredevil.
Yeah, thank the Lord.
You're going to get to watch Wilson Fisk throw a teenager into a gingerbread house and behead a Russian mob guy on the same streaming service.
Maybe they'll have the Wilson Fisk collection as a little category.
Honestly, give me like the best of Willie Fisk, like a playlist or something. A little edit.
Yeah. So this is like, I'm not really surprised because we talked about like, I think it was last week. Yeah, because they were leaving last week, or no, yeah. It was this past weekend.
Yeah, it's only gonna have
Monday.
2 weeks off.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not really surprised. I'm glad they did this. This kind of gave them the reason to add a mature setting type thing for parental controls.
It was the perfect, like, tee up to add it.
And I, honestly, they probably should have just done it sooner. That's just me. And I get they probably want to, they want to put Hulu stuff. They wanted to, fill Hulu with content. So that was their kind of way of doing that, I guess. But I wouldn't be surprised, like, if they just moved, although, yeah, because Deadpool was Fox. So you just move Deadpool over to Disney Plus. You could do that.
This is, a lot of people are saying, like, a lot of the tweets were like, okay, I don't want to hear from another fucking person that these shows aren't canon.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, we'll see on the 16th.
You can just recast. Like, you don't have to.
Well, not even that. Just, we'll see on the 16th if they get added to Disney Plus and get put into the Marvel, MCU timeline.
Yeah.
Because Disney Plus has what is it, like what's it called, Marvel something like that's where they put the X-Men and the Fantastic Four movies, like Marvel Archive or Marvel Vintage or something like that. But then they have all the MCU playlists, and then they have the giant MCU chronological order that they put everything that's canon, even down to the Marvel one-shots are even in the canon timeline. So if we go on there and Daredevil and Defenders and Iron Fist and Punisher are all placed in the timeline, I mean, there's your answer right there. Same with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Although, where do you kind of put Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Because it goes all over the place.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's great news. And I think, if anything, it'll just open the door to...
Star Wars? Rated R?
Well, I think it'll open the door to doing more things like that.
Yeah.
Now, before I was like, when Kevin Feige was like, oh, Moon Knight's going to be the darkest show we've ever done. Mm-hmm. He even said it's going to be the most adult show we've ever done. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Oh.
But now...
How adult could it possibly be?
But now I'm like, okay, well, Moon Knight comes out after these parental guidance things goes in. Mm-hmm. Maybe Moon Knight... maybe we already covered on the show a couple weeks back that it's going to be TV-14, but TV-14, just like a PG-13 rating, can still go very dark. Like, look at the Batman, for example.
Yeah,
That's
I'm even
PG-13.
just thinking of, like, Doctor Strange coming up. Like, you
exactly.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, Sam... Well, not supposed to be. It is Sam Raimi directed. You got those horror elements in there.
Absolutely.
That we've seen in the trailer. I mean,
Pretty dark shit,
Yeah,
honestly, even in WandaVision and Loki and stuff like that, things do get pretty dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I guess, subject matter wise, Falcon and Winter Soldier is like very more adult.
Yeah.
Deals with like a lot of PTSD and politics and stuff. But yeah, I hope that this is and I'm not saying, a show has to be darker, it has to be rated R to be good, but I just think that more variety is more good. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction for that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm just hoping they just add more stuff, though.
Yeah.
Like, go back in your catalog and see what you got.
And this could open up a whole door to, guess what? Okay, we're going to do a season 4 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it lives on Disney+. Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was like, okay, so you're going to have to watch seasons 1 through 3 on Netflix, then hop over to... Now, you already have the Daredevil landing page.
Mm-hmm.
Just go ahead and put... Yeah, that's crazy.
And Punisher. I haven't seen Punisher, but...
Well, you've met him now, right?
No, I've met him in the first
he's
episode too, but I'm all down.
There's a lot more of Frank to come.
Yeah, Punisher show.
Yeah. Man, honestly, if the only 3 people that survive it, there's already 2. So if the only 4 people that survive it is Fisk, Matt, and then I would say Frank Castle and Jessica Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we could get Kristen Ritter and John Bernthal back, like, canonized, that'd be great.
Cool.
Luke Cage, maybe.
Iron Fist. Not the actor, right? It's just the show wasn't great.
No, the opposite.
Oh.
Yeah. No, the show was bad and the actor, he just didn't get... I mean, I don't want to speak ill on anything, but he just didn't give a shit.
Isn't the character, like, supposed to be Asian, though? And
no, it's always a white character.
Oh, I thought...
Yeah.
No, I thought I heard
recently
that there was,
recently in the comics, there for the first time there is now a second Iron Fist. Like, and that is a character of Asian descent and stuff.
Interesting. Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah. Yeah, so Danny Rand's always had like kind of a like white savior complex, like that kind of like, and it's always kind of been criticized for that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but also on top of that, something that I'm excited for, Defenders sucked. That show was terrible.
Was it a whole season or was it like 3 episodes?
It was a season. It was it was 7 episodes.
Okay.
So it was not a full
and that's
13.
all of them together, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was awesome. Like, having them all together, great, all that. Sigourney Weaver, amazing. Menacing villain. She was so good. She's the main villain of the Defenders. She was absolutely incredible. If you can find a way to bring her back, fantastic. Keep it like that would be amazing if you could find a way to bring her back and build up, bring Stick back, get the story going again. I'm just like hyped for more Daredevil. But if we can get a season 4 of Daredevil would be awesome. But if we can get a better executed season 2 of Defenders under Kevin Feige, sign me up, man. Like, if we could get like a team of like the Punisher, Daredevil, Hawkeye. Like that would be fucking amazing to see like Jeremy Renner and like and Charlie Cox like fighting together like Hawkeye and Daredevil. Like, oh my god, oh, it's just great. Okay, but yeah. Anything else?
No, I'm excited.
It only means more opportunity for storytelling, for everything. I mean, there's people that are like, well, things shouldn't be all under one roof. We have a very good friend of ours that is very, things shouldn't be under one roof. And I think that's true unless the roof is the house owned by Kevin Feige. The house built by Kevin Feige. Because that guy knows what to do, and he puts the people in place to make all this content every year for now.
Yeah.
The wheels might start coming off one day. Correction, the wheels will start coming off one day. Yeah. But for now, we're going strong. So give me anything you want to give me.
When you see him stop wearing a hat, that means the wheels are.
That's the wheel. Yeah, the wheels are already gone. But yeah.
Yeah. So.
Let's start with this. Okay. I want everybody in the chat right now. We're hovering. That says 5. That says 6, and my phone says 7. So whoever we have in here right now, 5, 6, 7 people.
Oh yeah.
Let us know right now. Well, let's start with this. Who is your favorite Batman? Who is your favorite Batman, and who's the best Batman if they're different?
Okay.
Let us know. I want Wade. I want Marin. I want Shannon. I want Michelle. I want everybody and the other people that we don't know who are watching right now. Let us know in the chat who is your favorite and who is the best Batman. Who is your favorite and who is the best Batman?
Who is my favorite? Man, let's go back to the list we made, second episode. Who is my favorite?
Maybe that's what said we should bring back. Bring back the final order for the new channel.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut Pastewell podcast reference.
Man, it's tough, man. I wanted to say, I remember I originally said like Christian Bale, I think, but like I don't know if I can still say that. Like I like different things about like, particular ones. I probably still would have to say Christian Bale.
Is your favorite or the best?
Is my favorite.
And do you think he's the best?
No. I think probably Michael Keaton is the best. Although, in my opinion, like, and this is growing on me, I'm just thinking of it now. Kevin Conroy, close second.
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy is definitely up there. Just that voice is just like...
I kept thinking of every single angle, like the cinematics or something, because they post the cinematics on YouTube of just trying to make those games qualify as films for this list.
Yeah.
I was like, but they posted all the Arkham Knight cinematics on YouTube and called it a movie. Does that count? And I was like, I can't do it because if those were movies, that's my 1, 2, and 3 right there.
Yeah.
That's like that is the perfect casting and the perfect iteration of that character. Like, so good. For what it is, I'll say it's not absolutely perfect, but it is some damn good Batman stuff. And if you guys like playing games at all or don't like it, give those games a fucking try, because I mean, even you could just start on Arkham Knight if you really wanted to, but because that game is like, that is the best Batman game, best superhero game, maybe second best now. But yeah, Kevin Conroy is amazing. I would say, I'm going to say best. I'll say my favorite. It would have to probably be Michael Keaton. Maybe, I'll just say Michael Keaton, because it'd be like a 3-way tie for second with Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, and Kevin Conroy. So it's like my number one is Michael Keaton, because then otherwise it's just like the rest. There's great Batman, then there's like really good Batman, then there's just like the rest of them. But the best, I would say the best is probably Christian Bale.
Really?
So,
Okay.
a flip of yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think. Let's see. We got Wade says Michael Keaton and Adam West. So I don't know if that's favorite or best or which order, but
Oh yeah.
Marin says Christian Bale. Nice. That's 2 people. I want everybody. Yeah. So you want to go ahead and jump into the list?
Yeah, real quick. I just wanted to say I did post 2 stories. Yeah. I only got 1 response out of both stories.
Whoa.
It makes me very upset. Shelly said her favorite live-action Batman movie was Batman '89, and no answers for the animated movies.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So who's going first?
I feel like I usually let you go first, so I'll go first if you want me to.
Okay. And what are we? How are we doing this again?
Do you want to punt? We can punt if you want. I mean,
yeah,
we have. It's only 9:00.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. We have like.
Oh, do you have any honorable mentions?
I didn't even really. Do you have any?
I do.
Okay, so you go, and then I'll probably anything you name, I might throw.
You got it. So, honorable mention number 1 for me is Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, I'd throw that on there.
So that one is just a great comic. So it's, if you don't know about what happens with Jason Todd and stuff, again, Arkham Knight adapted that story beautifully, even added onto Under the Red Hood in like an amazing way, dealing with Jason. But yeah, so it's basically, it's a really dark story, but it is just an amazing adaptation. Again, the voice cast absolutely kills it. The animation is incredible, and the story is amazing. I mean, it's the same story as the comic, and it's so good. Again, on HBO Max, just like all these, like anything Batman you want to watch, it's all on HBO Max. And guys, I really hope if you take anything out of the conversation that we're about to have, don't let the barrier of animation get in your way.
Oh, yeah.
Because the animated DC movies, but the animated Batman movies specifically, there are so many like hidden gems in there that are just so amazing. And I don't know about you, but that will not be that is not the only animated movie that I think will be discussed. I have quite a few. Not quite a few, but I have a few. Second honorable mention for me is a movie that I loved watching as a kid. Absolutely loved it. It was probably the Batman movie I grew up watching the most, only because it's a lot more kid-friendly than '89 or Returns, and that is Batman Forever.
Wow.
Okay. I really like that movie. I think Val Kilmer is a good Batman. I don't think he's a particularly good Bruce Wayne, but I think he is a good Batman. And as over the top as it is, I think it was just over the top.
No Batman and Robin.
What's it called?
Batman and Robin?
I never heard of it. I think it is like, it kind of rides that line where it's super campy, but it's like a dark campy. It's like almost like a noir camp to it. And then in Batman and Robin, it just goes full camp, like just the ice skates on the Batsuit and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just goes fully the opposite direction and just blows the roof off of like anything. But this one I thought rode that line because you still get the darkness of the Burton movies with particularly the opening. And this is one that I did not, or I did rewatch. Sorry. Did I rewatch this? Oh my God. I literally can't think about the last week.
You didn't. You didn't.
I did not. Okay. Thank you. This is one that like I just remember because I've seen it so many times. Like the opening, with the spoiler alert for, however 30-year-old movie. Jesus.
Jeez.
Fucking A. With like the death of the Graysons, like the whole flying Graysons, the circus that like that gets dark. Like when they die, when they fall, again, spoiler alert, it's like the opening scene, but you know, when they fall, I remember being a kid, I was like, oh my fucking God, I was like, his fucking family just died. Like, it was so heartbreaking and like dark and shit. And then also, yes, Jim Carrey's like crazy over the top. But then Tommy Lee Jones is like also over the top, but he's like menacing over the top. Like, I feel like that guy would just shoot you or snap your neck, you know, if you know, gave him the wrong type of coffee in the morning or something. You know, like, I remember, I just loved that. And I do love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. You know, it just, he was given a very specific performance. But yeah, and there's a lot of great like behind the scenes antics with like Jim Carrey talking about how Tommy Lee Jones like fucking hated him. Said he just walked up to him in a bar and just went, "I don't like you." Yeah. Like, it's like, this is fucking crazy. Last honorable mention, Batman 1966.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that,
It's so good. I mean, it's so of its day, but like even by today's standards, like the writing is great. Like, you know, it's just very like campy, knows exactly what it is, rides that line perfectly. Adam West is great as Batman. And just, you know, I feel like it sums it up in like one line, which is just like so this movie for some reason has a lot of like parallel with The Dark Knight Rises. And so the one of the final things of the movie is Batman's trying to get to the water to get rid of a bomb that's about to blow up in Gotham.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, but it's very like campy. He's like running around with the like, and he just stops for a second and he like almost looks to camera but doesn't, and he just goes, "Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb." And I was like, it's just so like stupid, but like funny. I really love that movie.
Is Cesar Romero in that?
Yeah, they got like everybody in it, like Burgess Meredith, like all of the
TV show films.
Yeah, and like all of the prime like portrayals of it from the show, like because sometimes actors would change out for certain roles and stuff.
Okay.
Not like Cesar Romero or anything, but you know, like the Riddler and Catwoman and stuff were played by a couple different people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Michelle was listing her favorite. She said Keaton, Affleck, Conroy, West. I believe I'm going to guess in that order. I'm surprised Affleck is so high. Although, one thing, again, I'm a fan of with Ben Affleck is the modular voice. I do love the Batman modular voice. I think that is very cool. Definitely, in my opinion, it's grown on me more than Bale's kind of groveling.
You're a psychopath. Kills for money.
Yeah, exactly. You're
a psychopath.
But yeah, I throw that. I forget which one you said on there.
Batman Forever, Batman 66.
No. For
that. The animated one. Under the Red Hood.
Oh yeah. I throw that on there.
God, we have no memory this week.
I am not a fan.
Oh.
I am not a
fan.
Of
Jason Todd? He's a little shit?
No, I am not a fan of the, what are they called? It's the two-parters that the kind of Batman for Snyder's universe is based off of.
Dark Knight Returns?
Yes. I am not a fan of either of those.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Because I remember I told you that when I watched them, and you're like,
what the fuck? I mean, that's a very not popular opinion.
Yeah,
I feel
I don't know. I was not a fan of those movies. When I watched them, and it was a while ago, maybe if I go back now, and maybe
I feel like it puts a lot of people off too, because it's like you did such, like, you know, the animation is so great, like all that, and then I feel like a lot of people got turned off. It's like, but you didn't go with like Hamill and Conroy, like they went with like the B team of like the voice cast.
Yes.
And I feel like that put a lot of people off, but I like it. I like it. Peter Weller, RoboCop himself as Bruce. Yeah. He is a great Batman voice. I think he's really good. But yeah, especially like I feel that. I get what you're saying with like the voice cast too, but in terms of not liking it, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You're crazy. I do have to watch it because it's been
another animated one that I would put on as an honorable mention. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's actually technically in the Arkham universe, Assault on Arkham.
No,
it's like the one with him in the Suicide Squad.
That one a million times, but
it's like with him in the Suicide Squad. It's got great stuff with like King Shark, Harley, Deadshot, and Killer Frost, like who Danielle Panabaker plays on the Flash TV show. Really great stuff in there. Like that's a really solid one. Not solid enough to like get in the top 10, but really, really good.
Have you seen? And I've heard this one is the worst. Have you seen Batman and Harley Quinn?
I have not, but I've also heard that one is the absolute worst. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that that's terrible.
By how bad it is. I don't know. Yeah. You know how it could be so bad, but
yeah, but no,
excited to find out.
I've definitely, and I looked at a bunch of lists like to prepare for this too. And it's usually right at the bottom. Like yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start.
You go first.
So for those who don't know, when we do our top 10 lists, and we do punting, I'm gonna read my bottom 5. Then TJ's gonna read his bottom 5. Then I'm gonna read my next 2. Then he's gonna read his next 2. And then we're going to trade one apiece until we have revealed our personal top 10 lists. So the punting works. You'll basically understand it as we go. But let's say I say my number 10. It's his number 4. He's going to say, oh, that's a punt. And we'll talk about it. We basically honor the title by talking about it at the higher rank. And you'll catch on as we go. All right. My number 10 is a movie that we are both very familiar with, especially recently, and that is Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
That's a punt.
That's a punt? All right, man. Okay. All right, man. I'm here for it. My number 9 is a movie that I hope made it on your list, but I don't know if it did. My number 9 is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Not on the list.
Not on the list at all. Okay, I'll fucking go for it. So it's
throw that as an honorable mention.
Yeah.
For me, again, if you recall when we did the review, I said it was good. I wanted to love it, and I just could not.
Yeah. 100%. I get that.
Because even stuff that was, again, the Snyder cut definitely better than the Joss Whedon cut, but the Snyder cut still had problems that I had with the Joss Whedon cut.
Yeah.
But okay, continue. Sorry.
No, 100%. No, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I was just reading the chat.
There you go.
The only reason it's 9th for me is Batman has a key role, but he is not the main role. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's not quintessentially a Batman movie. But that being said, he obviously is a huge part of the movie. Mm-hmm. It's just he is kind of like, he's just the biggest part in an ensemble, basically. So, it takes a little bit away from it being, the Batman-ness of it. But that being said, absolutely. I mean, the Joss Whedon one versus this one is like, it's incomparable. And Ben Affleck is so good in this version, in this portrayal and performance, his first performance, and then also his most recent performance, because he did do reshoots for it. I just think it's so much better than the original. I enjoy it. I don't know when or if I'll ever watch it again in its entirety or in one sitting, or however you want to say it. But I really appreciate Ben Affleck's performance as Batman. Mm-hmm. And I just wish that things shook out differently with it. You know what I mean? I'm happy that we're getting Pattinson, but honestly, and I'm happy that we're getting Keaton back. But I would have liked a little bit more of like a moment in the sun kind of for Ben Affleck's Batman. At least maybe one solo outing as Batman. But it wasn't in the cards, so I think, for Ben Affleck on this list, we're going to have to kind of pick and choose what we talk about. But so number 9 is Zack Snyder's Justice League for sure. That's like a solid 9 for me. Number 8 is going to be another movie I loved as a kid, just not quite there, is number 8, Batman Returns from 1992. That movie is 30 years old.
What was this? Your number what?
My number 8. So if it's your 5 or above.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. Is it on your list?
It's on my list, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we'll talk about it when we get to yours. My number 7, I hope maybe this made it on your list, I don't know, is not the theatrical, but the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen the ultimate cut?
Still never seen the ultimate cut.
See, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for it.
Would it really change my mind?
100%. Whatever you feel that the Zack Snyder's Justice League did to the Joss Whedon version, the ultimate cut does to the original one. There are just things that plain and simple do not make any sense in the theatrical version of Batman v Superman. There's no way to work around it. It's not a plot hole. There is just shit that does not make any logical sense that you watch the ultimate cut and you're like, oh, that's what that was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, did you know the reason that Superman could not see the bomb in the courthouse is because Scoot McNairy's wheelchair was lead-lined, given to him by Lex Luthor to specifically not let Superman see the bomb. Wouldn't that have been nice to know?
Did we take out the infamous name drop?
No, I mean, that's just a Zack Snyder. He was just like, man, wouldn't it be that'd be great.
Would that be cool?
No. Like it's still my number 8 or my number 7. Like it's still down there, but this is the best look at and the best shot that Ben Affleck got at Batman. And for that, it adds, the ultimate cut really adds a lot more Batman. The ultimate cut really doesn't change much for Superman. I shouldn't say for Superman. It changes a lot around Superman, and like I said, with the wheelchair and stuff, and it adds a lot more. It adds a lot more like thought and like logic to Lex Luthor's plans. But it adds a lot of actual like Ben Affleck scenes and stuff. And he's just so good in it. And you really feel like who his Batman is. There's a lot more with the like branding the prisoners, like there's a lot more. Apparently, you don't get this in the theatrical cut. The branding of the prisoners isn't him. He's not the one doing it. In the theatrical cut, you're led to believe that he's the one branding prisoners and getting prisoners killed. Why would Batman do that? In the ultimate cut, it's someone doing it to the prisoners to purposely like sour Batman's. It's like I said, it's just complete gaps in logic in the theatrical cut that are solved in the ultimate one. Like I would even say less for quality of movie, but like for the actual story and the plot, the ultimate cut does more for this movie than even Zack Snyder's does for Joss Whedon's Justice League. Like it just makes the movie make sense. And because the movie makes sense, doesn't mean it's a perfect movie, but it does mean that you can enjoy the performances a lot better. And I really solidly enjoyed Ben Affleck as Batman in this. And my number 6, which I have a feeling won't make your list, is kind of a cheat because I just kind of combined them into one movie. And that is my number 6 is The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to talk about something else, which again is the thing I'm thinking of didn't make my list because I just didn't finish it. I was actually really excited for it. Was Long Halloween, which I just haven't finished.
That's not on my list.
And I wanted to. I read through the comics, so I know like what happens, but I just haven't.
We were
finished
giving out Long Halloween comics for the fan event.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
So my number 6, not on your list, is The Dark Knight Returns. Based on amazing is almost too weak of a word to use, but the Frank Miller quintessential, like, arguably best Batman story ever made, best Batman or Superman story ever made. It's, like you said, it's kind of the foundational rock that BVS was founded on. It's a story where politics and Lex Luthor and time has passed and everything gets in between and leads to Superman and Batman fighting each other.
Yeah.
Basically, like it's like this post-apoc. Well, Not
What's the one?
Post-apocalyptic.
Oh, that's a Superman movie.
What?
Is it Superman Red Sun?
Yeah,
when he's Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're all Russian.
Yeah. Yeah, because Batman's in that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, just really, really, really good stuff. Like I said, I enjoy Peter Weller as Bruce Wayne. I think he's really, really good in the role. I'm not overly fond of. I can't think who plays him right now. It might be Troy Baker, I think, but the person who plays the Joker, it's just a little too like. I don't know whether it's like high pitched or just
Troy Baker.
Yeah, I think it is Troy Baker. He's good, but it's just it's not Mark Hamill. I don't know. It's like Mark Hamill just is such a great Joker. I would have loved to see that iconic thing, but then again, you got the iconic cast back for The Killing Joke, and that is nowhere near either of our lists. I hope.
The Killing Joke is not. No. It's funny with The Killing Joke because, again, like, I was talking to you about it like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Because you had the graphic novel. And I was like, yeah, I watched the movie and I did not really like it. And I thought people like really liked this. And you're like, well, that's because they changed like everything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like the book's right there on my desk.
Yeah.
If you pick that up, you will not see a lick of Barbara Gordon until like page 40.
Yeah.
Whereas in the movie,
you're talking Joker, Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
It's Michael Emerson.
Oh, somebody completely different.
Part 1, and I'm assuming
it's the
part
same
2.
cast. Yeah.
Part 2, yeah.
Yeah, but they're great. Super Old Gordon's great. Carrie Kelly, amazing Robin, female Robin. Just an absolutely great story that I was starting to say post-apocalyptic. It doesn't start post-apocalyptic. It just starts on a dark timeline, but it goes post-apocalyptic. Like it the events that take place, shake the world basically, and kind of snowball effect into some pretty messed up shit. There's some great Green Arrow stuff in there too. Oliver Queen with one arm, kryptonite arrow. Won't get into more spoilers or anything like that, but just absolutely great. I think I've watched through part 1 and part 2 like either twice. I think twice. Yeah, it's just really, really good. And the comic it's based on is really, really good too. But again, yeah, don't sleep on the animated stuff. There is some stuff that's not good, some stuff that's good, just like the live action stuff. But when the stuff that is good, it is good. Yeah.
All right.
Boom.
My turn?
Yeah. What is your number 10?
So my number 10 is one of the two that I really do not remember that well.
Okay.
And I think, I was trying to look up Wikipedia to try and jog my memory of the plot and everything. So my number 10 might come as a surprise to you because I don't know if this is very well liked. My number 10 is Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Oh, that's the one where I can say spoilers, right?
Yeah,
that's the one where like that's the one where like Tim Drake is
Tim Drake
has a chip in his neck that turns him into
really
the Joker.
Convoluted. Yeah,
I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, it is convoluted, but I do remember. I should have rewatched it.
Yeah,
but I do remember really, really enjoying it. I watched it when I was going through Batman Beyond the show.
Yeah.
And again, with every show, like there's good episodes, there's bad episodes. I feel like it kind of 50-50 there, where there was some where I was tuned in and there was some I was like, scrolling my phone while watching.
I gotta say, I would not have called Terry McGinnis making it onto either of our top 10 lists.
I'd say I'm a Terry McGinnis fan. Yeah, I would love to see Michael Keaton.
Who would you want to play him? I know a lot of people like tossed around like Robbie Amell or like Dylan O'Brien. Like
Dylan O'Brien.
I think Dylan O'Brien would be good.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I would like a younger actor because he's in high school in the show. I don't know what he's in the comics, but same thing. Oh, Finn.
Oh no, not Finn. Not Finn Wolfhard. Oh, yeah. I don't want Finn Wolfhard. Noah Schnapp.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think he would be better. Will from Stranger Things. Yeah. I think he would be better because he looks younger. He looks more the part. Finn Wolfhard's too like I would cast Finn Wolfhard as like a young Snape, not like Terry McGinnis. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Terry McGinnis
No,
is
I know
kind of
what
like
you
he's got like the floppy like hair almost. Like
Yeah.
he seems more like what Noah Schnapp looks like in real life, I guess.
Yeah, well, I believe the plot is convoluted. Again, bringing voice actors back. You know, we got Kevin Conroy, we got Mark Hamill, we got the voice Terry McGinnis.
I was gonna say we should say who Terry McGinnis is. Terry McGinnis is Batman Beyond. He becomes I just realized he becomes Batman when Bruce is older and Bruce is like a mentor.
Will Friedle, I believe that's how you pronounce his name.
Nice.
But yeah, that's my number 10. My number 9 is
Danielle said Larry Boy greater than Batman. What is?
So Larry Boy is
is that like Lady Bird?
No, that is a VeggieTale. Yeah, so if you ever watch VeggieTales, you'll know Larry Boy. Okay, so my number 9 is one I watched just for this list to try to get a little bit more knowledge. And it made a list. Batman Gotham by Gaslight.
Oh yeah, I'll throw that as an honorable mention.
I liked that we took it back to the. I don't even know what that would be.
Like
the
17, like late 1820s maybe.
Maybe something like that. When was Jack the Ripper? Basically, when was Jack the Ripper? That will tell you the timeline.
Because that's exactly what it is.
I love the whole kind of the twist too. I didn't actually see that coming. You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't see like that kind of twist coming and the whole kind of motivation behind it. I liked how
1880s.
Okay, how the 3 kids were named all the Robins names.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I just liked the story. And I like how it ended.
Solid. Yeah, I really like that one.
So this one I think maybe you might have named this.
A lot of animation on these lists, guys.
Yeah.
Take note.
You might have named this already. I think you did.
Okay.
This is one also I don't have the best memory of, but I remember it was very, very good. Is Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox.
Yes, I watched that. I rewatched that because I definitely have seen it before, but I rewatched that for this list. And for me, it just came down to A, it's not Bruce, which is not a major factor. A, it's not Bruce. B, Thomas Wayne, he doesn't have that much screen time in it. But really for me, I would definitely throw it on as an honorable mention because of the letter at the end. The one big real scene that you do get with Bruce Wayne, when he gets the letter from his father. So for those who don't know, Flashpoint Paradox is this big Flash storyline where basically it's like a Darkest Timeline thing where instead of Martha and Thomas Wayne getting killed, Bruce Wayne gets killed by the mugger, and then Martha Wayne goes crazy and becomes the Joker. But that's another.
Oh boy,
that's a podcast for another day.
Jeez.
Maybe for Joker too, we could rank Jokers because now there's so many of them.
I would that'd be
that would be an awesome show. Yeah, I got a mental note that. But then Thomas becomes this dark, brooding, like murdering Batman, like this dark, like messed up guy. And basically through helping Barry Allen and stuff, he kind of softens, remembers what, his son stood for or what,
Reverse Flash, I believe.
Huh?
Reverse Flash is like main villain, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Eobard. Yeah. I mean, God, I hope they cast a good Reverse Flash. Like, I don't know. But yeah. So Thomas Wayne is Batman. At the end, Barry resets the timeline, but Thomas Wayne writes a letter to Bruce and tells Barry to take it with him back through to the original timeline, and he does. And so Bruce Wayne gets this letter from his father, because Barry obviously tells Thomas, Bruce is Batman, he's doing all this stuff, whatever. And so Thomas writes this letter to him, and Bruce reads it, and Bruce Wayne literally cries reading it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I think he even says to Barry, he's like, "Oh, you're one hell of a messenger,"
Yeah.
or whatever. Like that moment was amazing. Shit, man, I might make that like my 10 or something. Yeah, that's a great fucking.
You knocked
choice.
Mask of the Phantasm off.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. Okay.
For Flashpoint,
Yeah.
I think I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I echo everything you said. I love it. If it doesn't count, then whatever.
No,
But-
it definitely
Okay.
counts. Absolutely. Because like Terry McGinnis count. Like it's
Right,
Batman.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. All right. So my 7 is one that I actually have I feel like I have an affinity for. I really do like this movie. I've seen it more than its predecessor as well. I think I've probably seen this one 3 times. Maybe I've seen the other one 2. It is Batman Returns.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
my
wow.
number 7. I really, I'm.
You've only seen Batman '89 twice?
I've seen it a very small amount of times.
Jesus.
I've definitely seen Batman Returns more. I'm a sucker for Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
Yeah.
His little claws he's got going on. He's bleeding out of his mouth, all that stuff. Christopher Walken as Max Schreck. He's just funny. How do you not laugh when he's on screen? He's not even a funny character. It's just funny. Michael Keaton again, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I think it all comes great together, and I honestly, I would rather. This might be sacrilege, but I would probably rather watch Batman Returns than Batman '89.
Why?
I don't know. I just think like when I was a kid, I saw this one when I was a kid, and I just liked it more.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
That's just how that's
fair.
how the cards fell.
Yeah. It's the same thing with me, like what I said, like Batman Forever.
Yeah.
I would probably watch Batman Forever. I would maybe probably watch Batman Forever before I watch Batman Returns, because I feel like Batman Forever I can like slip in and out of. Like I can be like, yeah, I'll watch Batman Forever. If I'm gonna watch Keaton, I'm gonna watch '89 and then Returns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm always. I don't even know if there's a time where I've watched one without the other.
No, I could go home, watch Returns, and go, maybe not. But this is one.
Oswald Cobblepot. When he bites the guy's
another
nose.
one. And my number 6 is another one that I think is probably up your list. That I don't remember that well. I've seen it once. I saw it maybe 2019 or so. When did it come out? Okay, yeah, probably 2019. Is the Lego Batman movie.
That is a punt.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That is a punt. All right, that was your 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so my 5. Let's see. Let's check chat here. Joyce Cornwell says, heart emoji, Lego Batman. Wade says, Lego Batman.
Jeez,
Michelle says, OMG, yes, Lego
big on
Batman.
Lego Batman. Lego Batman I thought was better than both Lego movies. I was not a fan of either Lego movies.
Michelle says, I don't even know what to say about TJ not seeing Batman '89 more than twice.
Yeah, I've definitely seen Batman Returns more than just Batman '89.
My mom, I don't forget how much it is, but she literally went. I think she saw Batman '89 like 20 times in theaters.
Oh,
like in its original run. Let's see. My number 5 is the Lego Batman movie.
Nice.
So that's a good example of how a pun works. Even though it was his 6 and my 5, because it was in like the 2 different tiers. We'll talk about it now. I'll let you go first, because
I don't remember like really much about it. Jonah Hill is in it. We got Will Arnett. We have a big cast.
Is Jonah Hill in it?
Isn't he? Is he not?
I don't think so.
I thought he was. No?
Who do you think Jonah Hill was? Oh, he is in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He plays He plays Green Lantern though.
Oh, that's.
I was like Jonah Hill.
How much is Green Lantern? Probably. Like
I think he's in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Will Arnett as Batman, Zach Galifianakis as the Joker, Michael Cera as Robin, Rosario Dawson as Batgirl / Barbara Gordon, Ray Fiennes as Alfred.
Fiennes.
Amazing casting,
Yeah.
amazing. Jenny Slate as Harley Quinn, Mariah Carey as the Mayor, and then as the Justice League we have Channing Tatum as Superman. Let's see. Oh, do you see who plays Catwoman?
No. Oh.
What the hell?
What was that?
I didn't even notice that. Zoe Kravitz plays Catwoman in the Lego Batman movie.
Interesting.
I feel like that's something that we had to have known and then just forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
awesome.
So can't wait to see the Batman, see her reprising the role.
I guess.
That's amazing. But I think the best thing, Voldemort's in this movie?
That's what I just said.
Okay. I mean, I know that Voldemort's in this movie, but I didn't know that the character in Voldemort's in there. That's funny. I wonder if him and Alfred interact.
That would be fun. I really don't remember this movie.
Also, where's
well.
Lego Batman 2?
It says it's coming. It's listed on IMDb. It says,
good.
It doesn't say anything about it. Just it's listed on here.
It's listed.
That's all I know.
One of the best jokes ever was in the trailer, but it's Alfred where he goes, he's like, sir, I think you might be depressed or whatever. And he goes, how do you know that, Alfred? And he goes, because I've seen this before. And Alfred just goes, in 1966, in 1989, in 1992, in 1995, in 1997, in 2005, in 2008, in 2012, in 2016. Like, he just names,
That's
and
funny.
they just show all the different, like, picture. They just literally just show still images from the movies.
Will Arnett, bang up job.
Well, all right, that's the main thing to talk about with this movie is this is the hands down single best representation of Batman and Joker's relationship on screen or whatever. And a lot of that is Zach Galifianakis is incredible. Yeah, I was thinking when we said Joker's ranked, I was like, are there enough of them? There's definitely enough.
No, there is. Yeah.
I mean, you got fucking Joaquin Phoenix down to Zach Galifianakis, everything in between. Zach Galifianakis is so good as the Joker, and yes, of course, Will Arnett. I mean, like you said, I think a lot of people would agree that the Lego Batman is a way better movie than either Lego movie.
I think so.
Than any of the Lego movies.
I don't know if that. I don't know about that. I think people
Ninjago?
really like. No.
Oh.
I think people really like at least the first one, the Lego movie.
Yeah, that's true. But at least for us.
But yeah,
I definitely.
Neither of those just never connected with me, and Lego Batman did, but yeah.
But yeah, Will Arnett is incredible as Batman. I mean, he just gets that character like so well. This movie nails two amazing relationships. Batman and the Joker and Batman and Robin is like perfect in this movie with both of those relationships. But yeah, what else? What do you think?
No, everything you just said. Totally agree. And I gotta watch it again because it escapes my memory. It's crazy to think it came out in 2017. I feel like it was.
Oh
I definitely
God, it came
remember
out 5
that.
years ago.
Yeah, I definitely remember working during it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, is it my number 5 now?
My number 4.
Okay.
So my number 4 is The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, Dark Knight Rises. It's still a pun, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a pun. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it would have to be. Yeah. Okay. So what's your 5?
My number 5 is Batman 89.
That is a punt.
Okay.
What is your 4?
My number 4 is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. How is that your number 10?
It's my number. It's an honorable mention.
Honorable mention now. Crazy talk.
So can you just tell? So I gotta be like.
So I rewatched it literally like 2 hours ago.
Well, full disclosure.
Yeah.
That was my first watch.
Okay.
That was
that's the first time you've seen it.
That was the first time I've seen it.
This is only the second time I've seen it.
Well, how long ago did you see it the first time? Is this like a childhood thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
What do
I
you like
watched
about
it
so
within the
much?
last 2 years. I love the story of how he. Well, one, I love the animation.
Yeah,
I love that
great.
style. I love the whole kind of story. I mean, again, is it a little, oh, my dad had to leave because he owed these mobsters, and then I come back and exactly.
It's a lot of vague details.
I agree. Another thing, does the Joker have to be in it? Probably not. Could have just had the regular mobster guy instead.
I didn't think the Joker was going to be in it.
Yeah.
And then I went, that guy's nose is really pointy.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I was like, is that supposed to be like Jack Napier or something?
They make it very obvious that it's like, oh, that looks like the Joker. Weird.
Yeah.
But I love the whole kind of Bruce Wayne battling with the, I want to fulfill my parents, kind of wishes at the same
literally
time.
pleading with their grave,
Right,
like
and
in a
then-
thunderstorm. Like
yes.
it's so like soap opera-y, but it just nails the Batman character so
and
well.
it's getting in the way of my love life, and I love this woman, but then she leaves, and
It's like
it's this
tragic
whole
too.
It really is,
Yeah.
and I think I love it for
Yeah.
that reason.
Yeah, because he's like screaming to like his parents' graves, and he's like, I know I promised, and I love that they just assume that you know what I mean. He's not like I know I made a promise to you that I would avenge you and take down the criminals of this city. He just goes, I know I made the promise, like, and you're just assume that you're an intelligent audience member and you know what it is. And my favorite thing is when he goes, but you have to understand, I didn't expect this. And he says, I didn't expect to be happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking shit, that's a great line. I was like, fucking Bruce Wayne. Because, of course, he's like, I didn't expect that I would find someone that I could settle down with and, like, have a life with and be happy. I was like, damn, that's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah. I do like kind of the flashback scenes, too, showing, before he was Batman. He's dressing up in this... just kind of black suit, I guess.
Yeah, you get Alfred's first reaction to him in the Batman suit.
Yeah.
That hit me when he just goes, "Oh my god!" Like, and that was played. I liked how seriously this. I don't know, man. It might. When we run through it again, I gotta reassess because I did really like it. And I gotta say, like, the fact that it's even my number 10 or my number 11, like, I've seen a lot of the Batman animated shit like that, like. It's up there. I gotta reassess because it has some great shit in it.
Yeah, even like, I mean, to me, like, this is one of the funniest jokes. I feel like I was always laughing when Joker was talking, and he comes into the room with the robot lady. He's like, "Oh, meatloaf again," and he gives her the little salami, and she's chopping it up. Bologna. Sorry. I just He doesn't have to be in it. I feel like they kind of forced him to be in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah. I loved how he said, "This entire place is rigged with explosives, except for right where we're standing."
Yeah. And when I was watching, I was like, "Oh, don't they die?" And then it shows her on the boat, and I was like, "Oh." But then I should have just.
But then they both disappear together, and then she's on the boat. So where's the Joker?
She has some freaky thing where she like just disappears into a cloud of smoke somehow, which I don't know how she's still doing.
Smoke feels like solid
because remember he squirted the acid on her one glove, and that was her like,
and that was
smoke
like where
glove,
the smoke
it
came
seemed.
from. Yeah.
So it was kind of weird how that worked, but I was kind of like, okay. But there is a like kaiju fight with Batman and Joker.
Yes. No, exactly. No, you're absolutely right. I literally went. Because at first it's just Batman walking through this model city, but then all of a sudden, like, Joker does, like, and then, like, Joker hits him with the top of a building, and then Joker does this, like, leg sweep kick where he, like, it's, like, super slow-mo, and I went, is this, like, literally Godzilla versus Kong with Batman and Joker? Like, I was totally there for it, but absolutely, yeah, that's a good call. I forgot that happened, but that was so cool. Yeah, that was really cool. It really felt like a nod to like Godzilla and stuff. Like it was
that's
awesome.
Exactly what I thought of. But yeah,
I love too that he got that just like the because it's definitely it's made for kids. Like just the simplicity of like Batman going, it's something still just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
pulls out the red pen. Draws a red smiley face on the guy that's clearly the Joker before he became the Joker and goes, "My God, it can't be." It's like okay, all right. Like also everything with like the councilman, Arthur.
Yeah,
I'm good. That was like, why is that in there?
Yeah. I mean, laughing gas and all.
Yeah, that. Like that was creepy. I liked what ended up happening with him. Yeah, I like that. Like it's pretty dark for kids too. I will say that. Like it's pretty dark, and a lot of the stuff I feel like honestly, you see these same themes picked up again in like the Dark Knight trilogy and stuff. With you get like a pretty long like 5-minute sequence of Batman trying to run away from the police that are just like going after it, like the the GCPD is just like, they think you're the one killing these people. They're going after him, guns drawn, like, and they say, like, kill on sight, like, you know what I mean, like, and like that was really cool. I was like trying to run across the rooftops and stay out of the spotlight and stuff. Like, I really like that.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good movie.
No, yeah. All right, so you're 3.
Oh, so my 3. My 3 is Batman 1989.
Okay. Which, there's one of the Nolans is not on there, and I'm interested to hear which one it is. Or no, wait. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wait, did you say?
My number 3 is Batman 89.
No, I know that, but did you say
I know,
Dark
you'll have
Knight?
to find out.
I think okay.
Okay.
Right, continue.
So
Batman 89. Yeah.
Batman 89 was your what?
My number 5.
Was your 5.
Yeah.
Okay. It's excellent. I mean, this is like the quintessential, like, kind of when we were growing up. Like, if you said, "Oh, I want to watch the first Batman movie," this is what they, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, this was, very much a huge part of my childhood. I remember my mother, as I've said, and as she's saying in the chat, like, she was very obsessed with this. And I remember specifically we had a, like, making of. You look like a fucking xenomorph right now.
Okay.
Sorry, there it is. Up there. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not that. It's really a hood.
Have you ever seen the Proud Family movie?
No.
Oh man, you look like one of the Peanut guys. You know what I'm talking
know what you're talking about.
Okay, sorry. Holy crap. I was not expecting to look
Batman
over
89.
and see that. Batman 89, I remember specifically she had like a making of, like a coffee table book kind of thing. And I used to read that thing all the time. I think when I was like a kid, I think I ruined it. Like, I think I like drew on it, like drew all over it.
Oh yeah.
But it didn't stop me from like reading it. Like, I would read that thing like over and over and over again, like read everything about like the behind the scenes stuff, the props, the like back to front, front to back. Like, I would breathe that book. And I would watch the movie like as much as I could. Yeah, Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
Give Knox a Grant. Great line. Great Bruce Wayne. Great Batman.
What's that one scene where they're like it's just Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson kind of facing off in the I don't know what room they're in. They're in a house or a mansion or something. Mm-hmm. And it's just like,
the like get nuts scene.
Yeah.
That's in Vicky Vale's apartment. Because it's Bruce is trying to act like he's being his third persona of like douchebag idiot Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and
he's just like, he's trying to like be like, oh, you're not so tough, like to the Joker or whatever. And he's like, I've dealt with guys like you, or whatever. He's like, and then he grabs a fire poker and he just goes, he's this like crazy Michael Keaton like Beetlejuice shit. He just smashes a vase and he just goes, so you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Like, and it's just, I mean, it just instantly became like one of the most classic Batman lines ever. I also feel like Batman 89 is so quotable.
Yeah. And
I can't really think of any quotes from Batman Returns. You know what I mean? As much as I love Max Schreck and, Michelle Pfeiffer as Selena Kyle and stuff, like, I can't pull, like, direct things from that. Whereas, like, Batman 89, like, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses. Like, all that, like, all that great shit, like, when he goes, how much do you weigh? And she says 108, and then he like cables him up, and he like struggles with it, and he goes, I think you're a little more than 108. Like, I just love that. Like, oh my god, he's so good. And then also just like, I don't know, man, just the thing of like, as still, kind of silly as it is, it was so much darker than what had come before it. Mm-hmm. And just like the gravitas, to quote Robert Meyer Burnett, the verisimilitude of his Bruce Wayne, like just when he stands up with the bat signal behind him and stuff, and it's just like, damn, that guy is Batman. Like, he is just so good. And then, yeah, and I mean, I don't know what you could talk about more. Michael Keaton as Batman, Jack Nicholson as Joker. Like, you go back and forth every day. Like, it's two perfect performances, like, by perfect casting for both of those roles. So I'm so excited that we're literally going to get. We have 2 movies already shot with Michael Keaton returning as Batman this year.
Mm-hmm.
What? By the way, did you see the behind the scenes of Brendan Fraser in costume?
In Firefly, yeah.
Yeah, because like a month or 2 ago, we were seeing all these behind the scenes of clearly early in the movie where it's just like Brendan Fraser in like a big trench coat.
Yeah.
But then him and his like guy, like if you after the show like look it up on Twitter, we're seeing Brendan Fraser like in his like final form suit. That Firefly suit looks amazing. Yeah. It looks so cool. It looks like steampunky and like gothic and shit. Like, I'm pumped for, and then J.K. Simmons as Gordon. I'm pumped for Batgirl. I think that's gonna be pretty good.
Same.
But yeah, Batman. Is there anything else you want to talk about Batman?
Everything you said.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
Right? His Joker's right hand man.
Oh, yep.
Bob Gunn. So
good. All right. My 3?
Yeah.
My 3 is The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay. So my small punt from earlier.
Yeah. So if you go back, that was my Dark
4.
Knight Returns was your honorable mention.
No.
What was it?
Dark Knight Returns was my 6, and then Dark Knight Rises was my 4.
Okay. So never mind. Yeah. So ignore what I said earlier.
Okay.
Like one of them isn't on your list, but yeah. I thought it was a good way to, end that trilogy. Maybe a little long in the tooth, could say.
Yeah. Still some great moments though.
Yeah, for me, and I do remember when I watched all 3 of these back to back to back. I believe it was like last year at some point.
Yeah.
I came on here and I said, I think Batman or Dark Knight Rises is better than Batman Begins, and you said you're crazy. And I think
you were fucking insane.
I think what it has to do for me is like I'm more intrigued by Bane than I am by Ra's al Ghul.
I'll say again, you were fucking crazy.
Hey, that's not the ranking here, is it? I just like. To
I
say,
know. I'm just all right.
I think that was my reasoning at the time.
Yeah.
A little long in the tooth. I like Tom Hardy as Bane. His whole kind of exactly his whole speech, his whole something about bringing Gotham out of darkness or something like that, or I don't know, something like that. Gary Oldman.
People of Gotham. Right. Yeah.
Gary Oldman, great again. Don't know why Scarecrow is the ex-judge and executioner at that kind of court thing. That's kind of weird.
Your guilt has already been decided. This is a sentencing. I just love the voice that Cillian Murphy went with, like for Crane. Like it's so
Joseph
funny.
Gordon-Levitt.
Solid. I enjoyed him way more this time. I was like, because it's always like, he was just kind of in there. But
I mean, he was supposed to be.
He's really
like he was supposed to be Robin. Like if there was a.
Well,
was that the thing? Wasn't
no,
it like
I think it was. I don't know. I don't think there was ever really a plan for a 4th one. I think, like, really, when I watched them all back to back to back, like in that 48 hours that I just did, like, it really just feels like, no, he's just gonna be the next Batman.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that I feel. Like that's the way that I felt. I mean, the last shot of the Dark Knight trilogy is Joseph Gordon-Levitt rising up in the Batcave. And then it cuts to black, and it actually cuts to black with the platform rising up. But the last thing you see is Joseph Gordon-Levitt taking his place in the Batcave. So it's like I just take it at face value of that's what.
Meanwhile, that's what you got this Christian Bale and Anne Hathaway just chilling out at some whatever restaurant that was. Michael Caine. Michael Caine, great performance.
I failed you. You trusted me. I failed you.
Great performance. Great performance.
Not a knock on it. I mean, he's a fucking amazing. Like, he's the best Alfred probably there will ever be. I mean, I'm excited to see, Smeagol Alfred. But
are you an Anne Hathaway Catwoman fan or no?
I wasn't before this most recent rewatch. I was fine with it. I think she's really good for what.
If I recall, she doesn't have much to do. Am I wrong in that?
She does not have much to do. She's more like there, and then she helps out.
Right.
She's more like needing other people to help.
Right.
She's
because she's gone when he is in whatever that was again, the hole in the ground, the pit. Yeah. Because isn't she just like gone the entire time, kind of?
Yeah. The next time we see her is when he comes back.
Right. So yeah.
Same with Alfred.
Yeah.
Catwoman and Alfred both bounce like in the first third of this movie, and then don't come back until the final act. Alfred doesn't come back until the second to last scene.
It was kind of hard for me though, like thinking about that, like just to see Batman get his ass beat by Bane though.
Yeah. Oh shit! You know what I just remembered? After their fight, they never make up, him and Alfred.
Because he's just gone. He goes. You know.
Yeah. Well, actually, shit, man.
How did he survive the bomb?
Okay, we can get into all this because I mean, I was just gonna say, what is it? Only 9:30.
We don't have a lot of time.
I was just gonna say, what is it? 9:30. It's fucking 10 o'clock already.
Yeah.
But like we could get into it a little bit because a lot of people are like, well, did he fix it? Did he not? It's ambiguous. Like it's 100% not ambiguous. Like I felt like in my memory,
in what way?
Like did he fix the autopilot? Is he? Because remember they set up the whole movie. He's like everything, you know. Again, Morgan Freeman too. I don't know if we mentioned him, but
Freeman,
you know, he goes, you know, everything's working except the autopilot, and he's, you know, and he goes, well, what does it need to be fixed? And he's like, well, you fix it. He's like, I'm busy. And so people were like, well, did he fix the autopilot? Did he not? It literally says, you know, they go, you know, he's like, I want to, you know, they cut to Fox, and he's like, I want to know what I could have done or whatever. And the guys literally go, the autopilot was fixed. And he goes, what? And he said, yeah, 6 months ago, somebody put a software patch in. And he said, can you check the ID on the patch? And they said, it says Bruce Wayne. So that happens in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a while since I've seen it. So I just assumed, like, with everybody, they're like, oh, did he survive? Did he not? They straight up say that he fixed the autopilot.
Yeah.
So he absolutely survived.
Fixed it.
Yeah, he absolutely survived. And then they also say when they're going through his belongings and his will and stuff, they go, you know, did you find that item yet or whatever? And they're like, no. And he goes, all right, well, keep looking. I can't have a string of pearls missing off the manifest. And then Catwoman's wearing the pearls in the Italian restaurant. Like, it's not ambiguous at all, to me at least. I don't know if people need to rewatch it or what, but I was like, I mean, it pretty clearly spells it out. But that being said, another great interaction between Gordon and Batman, which I think is the strongest relationship in this trilogy. This trilogy is very much based firmly in the Batman-Jim Gordon relationship, which I hope we get again with the Batman.
Which is so I read like recently. I just read Batman Year One because I thought I saw that Matt Reeves.
You ever see the movie?
No, I've never seen the movie.
Oh,
I didn't know there was a movie.
Bryan Cranston is Gordon.
Oh, I didn't know there was a movie. Because I thought I saw Matt Reeves said that it was an inspiration for this movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
yeah,
because
he's calling the Batman Year 2. That's
okay.
That's what him and.
Well,
Robert
I was like,
Pattinson
does this
call
mean that Jeffrey Wright? I was like, oh, does this mean that he's not going to be the commissioner yet? Like, is he going to be? Because in Batman Year One, if I recall correctly, he's not.
No, he's definitely not.
Right, because there's
like same with this trilogy.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh,
yeah. It takes him a while. It takes him a while. To
yeah,
get
you're right.
Yeah, I'd assume. I think even from the trailers, he's just like a detective at this point.
That's what it seems.
I don't even think he's because in Batman Begins, he's a lieutenant.
Well, I was just putting it together. I was like, oh, is that one guy with like the beard and the glasses that you see like at one point in the trailer? He has like a white beard. I was like, oh, is that the commissioner?
Oh, the one that's like, he's a vigilante. That one,
Maybe.
when he's like, how can you trust this guy? He's a vigilante.
Yeah,
you're talking about in the Batman.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Maybe he's the commissioner. Maybe he's like Loeb or something.
Yeah.
The commissioner, who's also in these movies. But we'll get to the moment I want to bring up. We'll get to it again when we talk about another movie. So what is your... Oh, it's my number 2?
Your number 2.
Oh, my number 2. My number 2 is going to be a pun. My number 2 is The Dark Knight.
It's a pun.
That is fun. Good, because I got some shit to say about The Dark Knight.
Oh my god.
No, but I think it's been no secret for a long time on this channel or in my personal, like, Batman Begins is great. So what do we talk about then? Because we're just flip-flopping.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about first?
We can talk about Dark Knight first.
Well, we can talk about Batman Begins.
Okay, Batman Begins.
Because it links to the thing I wanted to talk about in Dark Knight Rises, and then we can just end on the Dark Knight. Because I mean,
right.
why wouldn't you? One of two best moments in this entire trilogy. Number one, Batman Begins. Last line of the movie. I never got a chance to thank you. Batman turns back to Gordon.
You'll never have to.
And you'll never have to.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. I literally could watch that like on a loop for years on it. Like that is, I wrote it in my Letterboxd review. I just wrote those two lines and I was just like, that is the best exchange of dialogue in any Batman movie ever. Mm-hmm. Period. Like just that right there. That's just like the core of the character. Like, and then in The Dark Knight Rises, again, because my interpretation, or I feel like a lot of people, is that like the main thing is Gordon and Batman. Like that's the driving force of all three movies. Is when he tells Jim who he is, and he goes, after all these years, I never cared who you were, but you could die. Don't you want people to know? And he goes, goes like, a hero could be anybody, even somebody doing something as simple as putting a coat over a young boy's shoulders to let him know the world wasn't gonna end. And Gordon just kind of backs up and he's like, Bruce Wayne? Yeah. Like it all just like clicks with it. And I'm just like, that moment, like just the look on Gary Oldman's face, because Gary Oldman is so good in all three of these movies. Like, oh my, here's a quick question. What do you think Gary Oldman's when Gary Oldman has passed away in many decades from now, I mean, he's only like 58 or like 60 or something, many decades from now, what do you think he is remembered more for? His more iconic role, Sirius Black or Gordon?
Meg. I'm just kidding. Probably Gordon.
Yeah, I think so. And my fucking cat is named Sirius. Like, I love Sirius Black, but Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon is like that casting for that character will never be topped. As good as J.K. Simmons is, as good as in the 5 minutes that we've gotten him so far, but he's coming back too, so that's a win. And as good as we all know Jeffrey Wright is going to be, you'd never lock that character down as much as Gary Oldman did. And that moment at the end of Batman Begins and the moment at the end of Dark Knight Rises is just so good. And then also the speech that he reads at Bruce's funeral is great too. Like just a great acting moment for Gary Oldman and stuff to kind of close, because I think that's his last scene. Oh no, you see him again when they reveal the statue or whatever. But yeah, that aside, Batman Begins is far and away absolutely I'm assuming that's your two.
It's my two.
Yeah. Absolutely far and away my favorite Batman movie. I mean, I have watched that movie more than any other. As much as I love Batman 89, Batman Begins, I can watch that movie over and over and over and over and still find new things. Cillian Murphy is Scarecrow. Tom Wilkinson.
That movie's scary.
Yes, it is.
Like they injecting people.
When Crane gets it,
terrifying.
when people see Batman, under the fear toxin, when Crane sees him as like the sludge monster, and then when the people in the Narrows see him, and it's almost like I don't know, it's almost like like an Amadeus type like demon opera bat, you know what I mean? Almost like it's like crazy. And it just looks like his face is this like glowing light, and he just looks terrifying. Like that's so awesome. But yeah, Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow, Tom Wilkinson as Falcone is great. They told me your old man begged like a dog. Great. But also seriously, that scene, like the writing in this trilogy is so great. Like with the speech that Falcone gives young Bruce before he leaves, and he's like, don't come down here with your anger, acting like you've lived on the bad side of life because your mom and your dad got shot. You know what I mean? Like, you're a rich fucking kid. Get out of it. like, and it really kind of makes Bruce like think. So I love that. And then, I'm sorry, man. You can talk about it when I'll throw the baton over to you. For me, Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul is like he is amazing. He is so. We'll talk about my thoughts on Heath Ledger. We'll get there because I famously I believe that was overrated, but Liam Neeson I feel is very underrated as Ra's al Ghul / Ducard. But yeah, he is so good. And then having him come back in Dark Knight Rises, in visions and flashbacks, granted, but having him come back and do new scenes and stuff, was great. Yeah, I love Liam Neeson in that role.
Katie Holmes? No,
no, I'll say this: Katie Holmes was definitely the better Rachel. I feel like that's. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like I'm just not a big Maggie Gyllenhaal fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so good. I'm trying to think of what else.
I agree with everything you said.
In the origin. It's the origin's
story.
great. Yeah.
The whole kind of like exploring the cave, and so you got all the bats around, and he's got the light. He's like standing up, looking up, all that stuff.
Yeah, and like him and Alfred, and like him and Fox, like get it, like one question: does it come in black?
Yeah,
like that, that stuff, like the. Also, like Christian Bale's Batman is like I feel like nobody talk. He has got some great one-liners. Like he has got with Catwoman when she disappears. So that's what that feels like.
Is the guy in Dark Knight that wants to blackmail him or whatever? Is he in?
No.
Coleman Reese. Batman Begins? Yeah.
No, he's only in that.
He's only in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I echo everything you said. Again, it's just like.
Oh, and Rutger Hauer as the CEO of Wayne Enterprises. I can't remember his name right now, but and I'm closing your department and I'm firing you. Didn't you get the memo? Rutger Hauer, he's so good in that. Cause he's just such like a slimy, tells young Bruce like, don't worry, we'll keep an eye on the company for you. Guy's gone and he's just like we're taking it public. I'm making as much money as I can and I'm getting out of this bitch. You know what I mean? But yeah.
But no, I agree with everything you said. Again, Ra's al Ghul as a character is just like I'm more interested in other characters, I guess. I don't know. It's just me. That's not that Liam Neeson's bad. Liam Neeson's great. I
just think there's not really much to Bane's character.
Yeah, there's not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely cooler.
Batman Begins. I've also seen that one the least out of the three, so that could also be a very major factor.
See, I have so firmly seen it the most.
Yeah, I've seen it probably twice. That's many times I've seen it.
It's good as fuck.
But yeah, I echo everything you said about it. It's a great movie. Great origin story.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about the number 1 and 2. Would you say Batman Begins is 5 out of 5?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about 2 movies that are 5
I mean,
out of 5.
I think I rated it 4, so I'll have to watch it again.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. But yeah. All right.
Number 1.
Let's talk about
on my list.
Yeah, and your number 1, mine
Dark
number 2.
Knight. What else do you have to say? Dark Knight. I mean,
you could say a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot to be said.
Okay, let's start with your Heath Ledger take. What is your take?
Well, I want to say my take is my overall take has oh my god, rest in peace. Yeah, his Oscar win and then Bale's speech, Jesus Christ. That was fucking Jesus. But my take has always just been on this movie of it's a great movie that has heralded it as the fucking best comic book movie ever made. Mainly because I felt the passing, not intentionally by anyone, but the passing of Heath Ledger kind of adds to the mysticism and the kind of intrigue around his performance as the Joker, which then kind of boosts the show or the movie, higher than it should.
Because then I feel like there was always that narrative too when he passed away. It was that
the
he
Joker
was so
killed
ingrained
him.
in the character that it just caused him, which again isn't true. Because his family and everybody said that's not what happened.
I love how even Jack Nicholson, like God bless him, but he was like, there's that one like paparazzi thing where they go, what do you have to say about the passing of Heath Ledger? And he goes, I told him not to get in too deep or something. Yeah, he's like, I told him not to let it, consume him or something. Like, and I'm like, hell, man, maybe Jack Nicholson did go through some dark shit playing the Joker. I mean,
yeah, who knows what Joaquin.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that's played the Joker says, like, even Mark Hamill, he's like, you have to go to a pretty dark fucking place, because Mark Hamill's the only one.
He's done it more than anybody.
Well, has done it more, and I was gonna say the only one, but Joker was R, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mark Hamill and Joaquin are the only ones that have played the Joker R.
Yeah.
So, like, that, I feel like, they have to go the extra mile to the extra dark places. So that has always been my long-standing take. I will say this. Like I said, it has been a couple of years since I've watched all three of these together. This movie is, like, amazing. I have a whole new... I'm serious. This is
whoa, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I zoned out for a minute. You were like, oh, Dark Knight. I mean, it's... I mean, obviously,
yeah,
you knew it was amazing,
but like I see it.
Appreciation.
I see it. Yeah, I was watching him because I was really digging on Christian Bale's Batman this time around. I was like, I really fucking love. Yeah,
I can't do it.
Swear to me. Where are the other drugs going? Look at that. That'll be fun. Sorry, audio listeners. Yeah, the swear to me is great.
Yeah, I think the lowest part of the movie is probably Harvey Dent Two-Face.
What the fuck? You're crazy! Oh my god!
The way it ends is just kind of like
the way the Joker. I mean, granted, I get it. The man died during production.
Like Harvey's just like
no, I know, yeah. But Harvey Dent is the. Harvey Dent is the movie.
I think I mean more Two-Face. Like, Two-Face is like, we introduced him
like Two-Face. Yeah, I mean, Batman didn't even know he was called Two-Face. You know what I mean? Like, he was Two-Face. He was Two-Face for, like an hour and a half. No, but genuinely, from the time he gets up from the time the Joker breaks him out of the hospital bed to the time he dies is about 4 hours. With
that wonderful scene where it's like the fact that Harvey Dent has no idea that it's the Joker until he takes off the surgical mask.
And he goes, ah! he's like bound, and he just goes, ah! Like, you didn't tell by the fucking makeup. Yeah. Like, oh my god, I guess that's why they call it mask fishing.
And then the infamous, and I know again, it's not
Joker wears a mask.
He does.
Wear your mask, everybody.
I think they've said it that it's not true, but the infamous story that it was like Heath Ledger pressed the button for the explosives and it didn't go off, and he just kept pressing it.
People have said that's not true.
I thought I heard that wasn't real.
Oh, I think about that every time I see it.
I could be wrong.
Man, either way.
I think we just keep pushing that it's real because it's cool.
Yeah, it's just one of those like Hollywood things that's like...
But, like stuff like... I mean, I feel like the Joker just has like a lot of quotables in that movie.
Well, yeah, that's
just
what, that's really.
It's gone.
Yeah, that's really like where I come down with it is like, I just really appreciate like Heath Ledger's performance. Like, I don't know if I was just like wanting to not be like everybody's like, oh my god, it's so good, and I'm like,
you felt like you were being like that contrarian.
Yeah.
Is it really that good?
Yeah, and like,
even
I
though
don't
you
know.
didn't say it like that, you were just kind of like.
And I still am not like, I still think, I don't know. I'd say maybe at this point I would still say, quality-wise, Avengers: Infinity War is probably the best comic book movie.
Infinity War is
maybe
a very good movie.
Or like Captain America: Civil War. I think we both said was that your number one?
No, Infinity War was my number one.
Infinity War. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, like Civil War, I think I put as my number one. Like, it fluctuates between those, but like this is up there for me. But like Batman Begins, I still like that more. But a lot of the things like like let her go. Very poor choice of words. Like, and then he just like drops her and shit. Like, like, where's Harvey? You know where he is? You know where Harvey is? Just all the like voices and the intricacies. Yeah.
Tryouts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's given us. What does he say? we have a need for a rapid expansion. And, like, he's so
or when he's
so good.
talking to what's his name, and he's like, I know squealers when I see them, and him.
Yeah, yeah.
he like covers the camera.
Yeah, and he just
Oh my
and when he
God.
goes
Yeah, I mean we're quoting the whole fucking movie.
yeah, like but like to the guy, like to the cop who I don't know his name, but he's like the secondary cop to Gordon throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he goes, you know, the whole thing with like, you know, so I knew your friends better than you ever did. And he goes, do you want to know which of them were cowards? Like, it's just so good. And I really like the theory of, like, I don't know if you know, but like the theory that like the Joker in this universe is like a special ops soldier that was like,
oh, geez.
You never heard that?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, that's like a super famous like theory that like, because he knows so much about like interrogation and like all this stuff, and he always talks about like the military and the soldiers and stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't break. I mean, during his Batman interrogation.
Well, and that's what, because he says, Batman slams his head, and he immediately, he's like, he says you never
like hit the.
You never start with the head because the victim gets all fuzzy and they can't feel the next. And then he goes, "See, I did." Like, and then also just like the fact that like a lot of time he does talk about like military and the soldiers, and he's like, you know, a whole busload of soldiers like, you know, will blow up and nobody cares and stuff.
Yeah.
And then also in his file, you see, I think like in his file or whatever, you see like combat trained or something, or like skilled whatever. So it's like a theory that's out there that like he was like either like a SEAL team or something, or like an interrogation infiltration unit or something, but like that he was like a military person that got like radicalized basically, like to like say like, why are these people fucking dying, like that kind of shit.
I never heard this.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But I definitely like leaned into that more too, because I was like, yeah, I could see that. Like, he's so smart, like, and he's so tactical. You know what I mean?
Another quote is all it needs is a little push, and oh my God. Whew.
Yeah.
God, that movie is
you gotta
so
do everything yourself. You know? Yeah, that's great. Man.
Or even the clap. The clap when he's in the cell and they're like congratulating Gordon on
Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. And I love like just the whole like, you know, they're schemers, you know, like the Batman has plans, Gordon has plans, you know, and he's like he goes, he's untying Harvey, and he goes, you know, you were a schemer, and look where that got you. Like, it's like, you're the one that did this.
Basically, the entire script is just quotable, like.
No, it's so good, like, you know, oh my God.
I want to watch that movie so bad.
And just also like the tech and the gadgets and shit, like the tech and the gadgets and stuff are all on point.
You think your boss is a millionaire who runs around and
and beats people to a pulp with his hands, and your plan is to blackmail this person?
Good luck.
Yeah, and he goes, well, good luck. Oh my God, yeah, that's great. Morgan Freeman's so good in this too, and then of course, you know, Michael Caine again, incredible. Gary Oldman again, great. Aaron Eckhart, fantastic.
David Dastmalchian, great.
Great. Oh, so good. I mean, you really leave a man's life to chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, so good. No, not me. Why did you come for me?
Oh God.
Rachel. I can't, man. I can't.
That was rough.
Yeah.
Probably should have known that he would. Maybe he should have had an inkling that he would switch the addresses.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Shit, man. Or I don't know. It's just like, I feel like there's something that someone could have done better in that situation to get both of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is, so I guess they get a pass. Because I'm like, maybe Gordon could have been like, you know, is there anyone maybe already over there? Gotham's a big place. Is there anybody maybe closer than Gordon himself getting his you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But then I love the whole like, you know, the like video, like or almost early, not social media, but him recording the videos and then sending them to the news.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, Evil dies tonight.
Creepy.
Michael Anthony Hall.
That's him?
Yeah, is the anchor.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Evil dies tonight.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy in like the Batman suit fridge guy. He's recording when he's like...
No, he's like later. So he's the GCN anchor, but then he is in one of the videos. He's the one that he hangs upside down.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit, oh my God, it's so good.
Brutal.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the most brutal.
What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me? I'm not wearing hockey pants. Like, it's so good.
Would you say he's probably the most brutal out of the three movies? The most brutal, like...
Villain?
Yeah,
like Joker, you mean?
He's just chaos. Like, he doesn't
Yeah.
have, like...
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's just...
Yeah. For sure. Like, he's fucking insane. And I just like, the fucking story... Like, the plot and the story is so tight in The Dark Knight. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so, like, oh, my God. Like, everything at the end, the whole setup of, like, you know, everything you've stood for, everything you have fought for, it all goes out the window with Harvey's reputation. And just the turn of the head of being like, no one can ever know what happened. And then the whole lie about, you know, that Batman takes the fall for all of Harvey's crimes. And then how that lie, then Bane finally, 8 years later, like, you know, tells the public that Harvey Dent was Two-Face, and then it was like, yeah. And he's like, do you accept this man's resignation?
Oh, my God.
What a great, yeah.
That's our list.
Those are great. All right, you want to run them down?
Run them down real quick, and then we're going to get out of here.
All right. Ooh.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go for it here.
All right.
So, my number 10, I'm going to go with, my number 10 is Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Okay.
Sorry, let me start that over. Hang on, because I just, like, got caught up in my own head. All right, my number 10 Batman films are number 10, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, number 9, Zack Snyder's Justice League, number 8, Batman Returns, number 7, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, The Ultimate Cut, number 6, Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, Part 1 and 2, number 5, Lego Batman Movie, number 4, The Dark Knight Rises, number 3, Batman 1989, number 2, The Dark Knight, and number 1, Batman Begins.
All right, and my list is number 10, Batman Beyond, The Return of the Joker, number 9, Batman Gotham by Gaslight, number 8, Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox, number 7, Batman Returns, number 6, The Lego Batman Movie, number 5, Batman 89, number 4, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, 3, Dark Knight Rises, 2, Batman Begins, and number 1, The Dark Knight.
Boom.
All right.
All right.
Well, that'll do it for this week's episode. Thank you all for joining us on the new channel. I was one of your hosts, TJ Cornwall. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to the new channel. Check out our Uncharted review on the other channel.
As well as the Bullet Train reaction.
As well as Bullet Train reaction and the Euphoria Season 2 review.
Absolutely. I have been one of your other hosts, Sean Monk. Thank you guys so much for joining us again on the new channel, just like TJ said. We really appreciate the engagement on this one, guys. Make sure you share the show for anybody who might be interested in hearing us talk or being a part of the conversation. Make sure you are following us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Official PFN, where we are posting on those platforms various content pretty much daily, whether it's reactions, reviews, news, or anything like that. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out all our videos on the other channel as well. And we will catch you guys. And also this weekend at some point, we will have our Batman review, of course. Yeah. So great. We will catch you guys in the next one. Boom.